Hi folks, my name is Allie DeAndrea. Today I'm going to show you how to mount a turkey fan. I have a whole corner full of Osceolas, and this bird was on public land, and I think it's the smallest of all my birds actually, but I'm really excited about it. It was an amazing hunt. If you want to watch the hunt, that's in a different video. You can go check that out. But this video is all about how to mount your turkey fans, easy, quick. Turkey fans are one of the easiest forms of taxidermy that you can do yourself at home. It's gonna take you no time at all. So without further ado, let's jump right in. To get started, you will need to gather up some pieces of equipment. You will need a knife, a pair of scissors, some disposable gloves, borax, auto body filler, a stiff wired bristle brush, your turkey mount, some super glue, and any heavy objects that you can use to help hold the fan in place. So we are going to start on the back of the fan. If you have a bunch of feathers on the back of your fan, first thing we're going to do is remove those. You're just going to grab them and cut them away using scissors. Now we're gonna go in with our knife and or our scissors and cut away the extra meat that is on the back of this fan. It's time for a little elbow grease. Right here in the middle, I'm actually running into the tailbone that was left on. So if you're meeting a little resistance in the middle, that's what that is. I do actually have a saw blade. Let me switch out. You can kind of start to see the separation of each of these individual feathers on the back. So that's good for now. We're going to now flip this over and draw our attention to the front. So we saved all of these gorgeous feathers on the front of the fan beyond just our large, tall fan feathers. And we're going to kind of skin this back. You want to be careful that this doesn't come all the way off. If it does, it's not the end of the world. I've done it like that before. But basically we want to skin this back and remove as much of this fat and meat that we can. Right here in the front is more of that tailbone. Let's see if I can just cut that off. Ugh. So I'm literally peeling this back and then cutting away what's left on the bottom of these feathers. Little bits of meat up here. I'm gonna try and trim those. See how that came off? And get rid of as much of that as you can. We've gotten it to here. Ugh. Yicky, icky, icky. Now it is time to cut in between every single feather. The root, I will call it, of the feather that goes all the way down. We need to cut in between all of those to give us a little more surface area for when we get in there with our brush. Grab your wire bristle brush and get in there and scrub, scrub, scrub. You're kind of warm, this is really gross, but you're kind of warming the fat and letting it, like, dare I say, melt a little bit. Getting everything to move around and loosen up. It's probably not actually melting. Just gotta scrub it to try and get more of this fat and meat off. Did I mention that you're going to want to throw this bristle brush away after this? Look at how much more separation we got in there. Beautiful. Same thing along the front. Now that our feathers have a little more separation, you can manipulate them sort of left and right a little bit, and you can really get into each individual feather and then with your scissors, cut all of the meat off from around it. She's clean, or at least as clean as it's going to get. I'm very happy with the way this looks. Now it is time to use some borax. Borax is a step that you do not want to skip. This is going to serve as a bug proofer. It's going to dry up some of that meat and that fat and help prevent anything gross from growing or happening. So take your borax, sprinkle it all over the front and all over the back. Now let it sit for 10 to 20 minutes and then I'll see you back here. All right, it's time for our auto body filler. This will make your life so much easier. The old school way of mounting a turkey fan is to spread it out and pin it to a board or put heavy things on it and allow it to sit for a few days, that takes too long. That's too inconvenient. Auto body filler will literally hold this thing in place within 5 minutes or less. So, if I can get this open. So within here, you'll have a little compound that activates it, and then the can itself. I'm just going to shake this borax off. It'll stay white with a little bit of borax on it. That's totally fine. Get yourself something that you can dig in here and mix this all up with, something that you don't care about throwing away. So I'm going to spoon out some of this filler. That will do. And now we mix. It has a very distinct smell, the auto body filler. It reminds me a little bit of gasoline, the way that, I mean, maybe not everybody thinks this, but some people find the smell of gasoline to be a little delicious. It is time to add it to our fan. Okay, flip it over and do the same thing on the back. Now, fan her out. You want to be careful as you're fanning this out to place all of the feathers exactly like you want them, because this auto body filler is going to dry very fast, and once it's dry, you really don't have any play. You know, if we kind of skinned those front feathers back, make sure you push them down and into place exactly where you are going to want them. You'll actually feel the auto body filler get warm as it's activating and as it's hardening, and that's a really good sign. So now it is time for your heavy items. I have ammunition, a couple boxes of ammo. So now that I have the feathers exactly where I want them, I'm going to weigh them down with some ammunition while the filler continues to harden. Give this 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, the time has come for the grand reveal. Check that out. Oh my God, this poor boy, he's so ratty. But I think this is gonna look pretty good. A true Osceola swamp bird. So now it is time to choose your mount. So I have two options here. I've got the HS Strut. This is called the Turkey Tail and Beard Mounting Kit. I have used this one before, actually on my first Osceola ever. I've got him hanging on the wall. Love this one. I also have the Skull Hooker, Turkey Hooker. That's a funny name. I've also already used this on, I can't remember which bird it was. I think that was my Orange Grove bird. But I've used this one, and this is phenomenal as well. I think because I have two of the wooden style mounts, I'm gonna go with the Turkey Hooker mount. Beautiful. And some hardware. So this is so simple to use. On the back here, there are three pieces of metal that have been pre-cut where you push in order to hold the fan in place. And then you have 3 slots along the bottom where you can put the beard. I haven't showed you guys the beard on this bird yet, but I've got it right here. I feel like I can almost see his little Jake beard from like last year. I think this was a 2-year-old bird. I think he was a Jake last year and then just barely grew into a Tom this year. Oh yeah. Some of his skin like came off of that. You push the beard up in, and then you can press the metal prongs around to get it situated just as you want, but so easy. So you actually don't need the super glue if you're going to use a skull hooker mount like this, but for the HS Strut one, you would need super glue. Okay, and then, oh my God, this is so easy. Take our fan, place it right where we want it, and then on the back here, you can see where that auto body filler is. All you do is press this metal in, like that. There on the side, and there on the other side. That's all there is to it. So quick and easy. And then you can spend a little time kind of finessing these front feathers and making sure that it looks just the way you want it. There it is, boys and girls. My 2024 public land Osceola. I'm very happy with this boy. He's got his quirks, but he's gonna look really good up on the wall next to the rest of the mounts. That is it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you make some beautiful, fabulous, incredible turkey mounts this season. If you do, share them with me. Email them to me. Tag me in them. And I will see you guys in the next one.